Mayra made the first version of this, and so in a moment, when we go into design, this will be the architecture underneath what you're doing, yeah? This is also an architecture that's underneath a lot of the work that we do, and I just want to show you a pattern in it so we can be more literate, so we can work even better together. Bless you. Okay, so in this template are the Chaordic Stepping Stones. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm just going to walk you through them. And I'm not going to explain that much about them because I think you're going to intuitively understand what they mean. And in the workbook, there's like a list of questions you can ask for all the stones. And there's also some posted on the wall. So don't get lost in what does it mean. Try to just see more how they fit together. Does that make sense? Okay. In this template, you see in the orange middle part, it has a lot around these first stones I'm going to name. Then we go out, and then we move into the square, which is more about like the context out of the project. And what do I mean by stones? So, chaotic path, chaos, order, figuring out how to walk in there. They're areas to pay attention to and to do work in. And often in my teams and organizations, we love one and forget the others. So the reminder here and the purpose here is try to see if you see this architecture underneath the methods, try to notice it, and be like, oh yeah, we did that this week. And also pay attention to the one that you're like, oh, I'm not very good at that. Like I always miss that one, to try to sharpen your depth and ability to balance these different things. Okay. If you take nothing from this other than starting with need is a useful thing to do, I'm happy. The first stone is need. Why is this needed? Purpose. From that need, what's a direct pathway into it we can take based on what I want to do and what is my work to do? What can I do as a team to serve that need? How do we work together to make that need possible? What are our principles for how we work, not rules? Who is doing the work? Who is it for? So this is the core. We start here. We haven't picked a method yet. We work from a need, we go into why, we figure out, and this creates our base. We haven't heard this week this word enough. Like I think it's a final nail for it. Now we think, okay, based on what is needed, what can go according for the people? What can we bring back? And what do we want to leave people with in here also, so they can become seeds in their different communities, yeah? So harvest. Okay, now it's like, but what form, what method, what set of methods? So if you've been waiting for this stone the whole time, it's your time. What's it going to look like? Is it a conference? Is it a program? Like, what's it going to be? This is not in any other project management tool I've come across. If you find one, please let me know. What might, inside us and externally in our systems, be a barrier in us doing our work together? And if we start to think about it before we actually get into the work more, we can bring that feedback into our design so it is more resilient. So if we start bringing our doubts now, instead of on the first day, when you open the conference, you're like, what if it's not going to work? It can be really useful to bring those in before.
There is a framework that contains that.
Amazing. What's it called?
5 lenses.
Okay, great. So also look at the 5 lenses. It sounds like. Okay, where are you? Yeah, you were like, don't forget this one. So, structure. And I think structure is very important. We're talking like budgets, project plan, outcomes, deliverables, also someone brought up yesterday in the teach, like what tools, what communication platforms, like how are we going to do it, and also in structure. Some people on your team are amazing at this, and they are very tired of keep doing this. So it also helps balance the energetic in your team when you're working together. You know, let these people shine and let these people shine and create spaces where all of this can be in your project. Find a way to learn as you go. We talked about this, you know, the subjectivity of failure. I loved how you flipped that question and the questions teach, like, what could we learn from this? So just to have a practice in your work together, personal practices, a practice of feedback or learning that helps you. And so these are just all elements to pay attention to in a project. They're iterative. And when you step into working on real projects right now, they're going to be in this template. So I just wanted to kind of like name them so it gives you enough ground. And we have another template somewhere. I don't know where it is, but yeah. This is a beautiful, do you want to talk about that?
I can do that.
Yeah. This is a little more like detailed. But I think I'm just going to leave it there. Yeah, cool. That's that.